Raiders and our very own Niles North Vikings.
Hello and welcome to Viking football. Viking Media presents Niles North Vikings versus Raby Raiders. I'm Ellie Henderson.
And I am Brian.
Thank you for tuning in for tonight's contest.
We'd like to remind everybody, when you get a chance, go down and check out the concession
Yeah, we will now currently take a break for the national anthem and pay our respects. So we will join you real soon.
The officials for today's game: Judge, Mr. Larry Banizak. Umpire, Mr. Tom Colwell. Line Judge, Mr. Bob Witt. Linesman, Mr. Anthony Carr. And referee, Mr. Ron Witt. At this time, we'd like to ask everybody to please rise, remove your hats, and join the Niles North Marching Vikings for the Star-Spangled Banner. Stay on your feet for the Viking victory march. And if you draw your attention to the
Today is opening night for the 2018 Niles North Vikings football season. And they started off real tough against the 77th ranked team in the States, the Raby Raiders, compared to the 252nd ranking that Max Preps gave the Vikings this year. So Ellie, who do you think we should look out for today?
I think definitely our seniors. We have some great seniors on the field this year. Miles Davis got recognized last week, and to start off the 2018-2019 season, he was Athlete of the Week. So definitely look out for number 15 on the field for North.
Yeah, last year he was phenomenal. As always, he has played every single year. He's been at school at Niles North at the varsity level. So it looks like it's about time for kickoff, which the Raiders will receive. Christopher Harris back to kick. A little bit of a squib. Muffed by the Raiders. And he just goes straight down. Now the Raiders offense takes the field to go toe-to-toe with this Vikings D. First play is a run. Gain of
Number
about
23, the
1.
ball carrier, Avon Hodges.
Avon Hodges, the ball carrier.
56, Kari Marshall.
Good tackle there to only allow a gain of 1. That'll be 2nd and 9.
Gain of 2 on the play.
2,
It's
excuse
second
me.
and 8.
2nd and 8. Going back to the ground game again, and Niles North will have none of that. Hodges once again gaining minimal yards. Raiders on 3rd and long, trying to keep the drive alive. Play action, going deep, man, a wide open, and he drops the ball. Wow, that was a gift. And he blew it. Foster had, that ball had 6 points written all over it, and Foster just dropped it. A lucky big break there for the Vikings. Fourth down, which means they will punt. Believe that is Savon Davis back to receive. A real short punt. Not sure why they decided to do that, if they have any depth in the kicking units. But that'll give the Vikings fantastic field position. Inside the Raiders' own 40. Now it's Tremaine Connor's turn to show what he can do. He was the backup last year as Nick Matei started. But it's his time to shine as the senior. Connor drops back, decides to run. Tackled, gain of about 3.
Tremaine Connor, quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 54, Paul Allen. Gain of 2 on the play.
And 2.
Bring up 2nd and 8.
Vikings are running 4 wide, 2 on each side. Connor scrambling, running. Gets hit, gains about a yard, maybe 2. That'll bring up 3rd down. A loss of 1, which means 3rd and 9. What do you think the Vikings should do here, Allie?
I think they need to work as a team, and I think that they will achieve that.
I think they will too. Connor's pressured. He's going to have to make a play on his own. Sideline. Lost the ball, but he was out of bounds before then.
Quarterback scrambles and runs, brought down by number 22, Dante Givens. Looking for the spot.
Depending on the spot, the drive may continue. And they're giving him the 1st down.
It is 1st and 10.
What a great play by Connors. Connors tucks and runs. Nice gain there. up second down.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be second and 6.
Second and 6, a nice 4-yard run there. The Vikings aren't really known for their passing game, a lot of ground and pound usually. So this comes no surprise to me. Although I would like him to show off his arm. Connors pressured. And his O-line's not doing him any favors today, as he takes a huge sack, bringing past the original line of scrimmage.
Sack on the play by number 51 for Raby.
Vikings now face a 3rd and long, as they might need to go to the passing game now. Connors, screen pass. Makes a man miss. Brought down. That was Jalen White.
Number 10, Jalen White. Brought down by number 22, Dante Gibbons.
And it'll bring up 4th down and long.
Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and long for the Vikings.
It looks like they are going to punt the ball. Not a terrible idea here. You lost your best kicker in school history. And an awful snap. Turned into a trick play. Intercepted. Although he was just better off batting the ball down. That works just as good as a punt. Maybe even better.
Brought down by number 15, Niles Davis.
Thank you to our sponsors, Athletico.
Some of the greatest comeback stories never show up in the sports section. At Athletico, our physical therapists help people overcome pain and discomfort and get back to doing the things they love to do. Start your comeback. Schedule your free injury screening today at athletico.com. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for every body.
Snap the handoff. Nice gain there by number 23.
23, the ball carrier.
That was Avon Hodges.
Jonathan Knoll, and number 55, Chris Sacramont. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Raiders. Theon Davis hands it off. And what a run there. That'll give the Raiders a 1st down by Keith Bland. Jonathan Knoll with his 2nd tackle on the drive.
16-yard gain makes it 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Fortunately, the Raiders have found a hole in the Vikings defense. Handoff once again to Bland.
For Keith Bland, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 10, Jalen White. Number 40, Jonathan Ellison-Smith.
Snap to Davis. Takes it himself.
Number 1, Theon Davis, quarterback.
May have gone back to the line of scrimmage by doubtful. Ellison Smith and Noel have combined for all of the tackles on this drive so far.
Loss of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Raiders.
Davis loses a yard. Now it's 3rd down. And a flag thrown. Looks like that will be a false start on the Raiders. It is, and that'll make this third down even harder.
On the offense.
Taken back 5 yards.
It'll bring up 3rd and long for the Raiders.
3rd and long, you might need to pass now. Even a screen or like a bubble. And they run the ball. Bland gets swarmed in the backfield. Great play by Miles Davis, cleaning up what the other Vikings weren't able to finish. Now 4th down. What seems like forever. Now that the Vikings know about how far this guy kicks, do you think he'll be able to return this one, Ellie?
I do think so.
Unfortunately not, because it goes out of bounds. But it was a lot smarter to set up closer. Once again, the Vikings have phenomenal field position.
Ball will be on the 48-yard line. It brings up 1st and 10.
4 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game. Score still 0-0.
What do you think the Vikings can do to improve on their previous drive?
I think that they're doing well now, working together as a team, and they just need to get the ball and run.
Yeah, that's something they do a lot, run the football. I think working as a team is huge in football, as it is the ultimate team sport. Jermaine Connors gets tackled. His offensive line really needs to work as a team, because they are giving him holes, but they are also giving him the defense holes as well. It would be nice if he got some type of protection. Connors takes a snap, immediately met with pressure, rolls out, has to run, gets out of bounds, gets a nice gain for what he could have lost. That'll bring up 3rd down and manageable.
Niles North also got new jerseys this year. They changed them up from last year since they were hard to read.
Oh yeah, I see. I like the charcoal gray. It's very nice. It's very clean.
Yes.
It almost reminds me of Virginia Tech's jerseys, alternates home jerseys, I believe, which I do like a lot. Connors fakes the pitch, and somehow he finds his inner Houdini and may have gotten a 1st down. Comes up just short, I believe. 4th and 1. If I were the Vikings, I would think about going for it. Do you think this is the right move, Ellie?
I do think so.
Might want to run the Wildcat right now. Allow Jordan Jackson to run the ball. He's a nice size running back. Flag, that's a hold, but I think they will decline it, as I doubt he got the 1st down. Although at the spot of the ball, it looks like he may have gotten the 1st down, which will be negated by this penalty.
Jermaine Connors definitely has had a lot of ball movement this game.
Yeah, it's been only him so far, unfortunately. Oh, and it is on the Raiders, the penalty. 5 yards, meaning that's a Vikings 1st down.
1st and 10, Vikings.
Connors is in. Takes a snap. Pitch, oh, a fumble. And that's Raiders ball. That one was recovered by number 51, who is not on this list. There are two 52s on the roster that we have retained from Max Preps. So I believe it may be Robert Allen, as his second position is defensive tackle. Excellent field position now for the Raiders. How do you think the Vikings are going to be able to stop them?
They definitely need to work on their defense. We've seen a lot of improvement with that, though.
A fake jet sweep. And Avon Hodges gets a gain of about 3. Second and 7. Have yet to see a pass all game with 2:24. Keeper Davis doesn't go down easy, and he gets a solid game, making it third and manageable right here. Miles Davis is able to make the tackle. Hopefully he does get more time at the running back position, which he was so good at. Very effective. Use the lightning to Bruno Prosper Conum's thunder. Ball off the helmet. Not sure what they're calling here. There was a flag on the play. False start on the offense. Guessing Keith Bland jumped a little too quick. Third and 9 for the Raiders. 3rd and 4 was much easier. Now they're going to have to work with this. In motion. Fakes the handoff. Throws. Davis overthrows his man. Marshawn Foster. Second pass of the game. And no receptions. Davis threw a really nice ball to Foster earlier, which he dropped. And this one was just a little too high. 4th down and 9. Do the Raiders go for it, or do you think they punt?
I think they might go for it.
Yeah, they're in a spot on the field where punting might be a little dangerous, and the chances that you get the first down outweigh the consequences of an incompletion. Play action. A little screen there. Trying to get to the outside. Does not. Great tackle there. Jalen White with the tackle. Jalen White, excuse me. Gives him excellent field position. Connor under center. Takes a snap. And there goes Jalen White. Out of bounds.
Pass was complete to number 10, Jalen White. Brought down by number 7, Marshawn Foster.
Foster made the tackle there.
Gain of 8 on the play.
I'll bring up 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard reception. An offside, false start by Miles Davis, the top of the screen. And that'll bring the Vikings back 5 yards.
Offsides on the Vikings. 5-yard penalty.
Viking Media has over 23 students that are broadcasters, including photography.
Yeah, Viking Media has been growing a lot. It's wonderful. Connors takes the snap, pulls it back after faking the run, and they get the first down.
Quarterback keeper brought down by number 11, the Foley.
Excellent option play.
Gain of 8 on the play. Move those chains. First and 10, Vikings.
The 8-yard run makes it a first down at the Raiders 42. Connors takes the snap. Keeper tackled by number 51.
Brought down by number 51. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9. And that brings up the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of a quite uneventful first quarter, as neither team was able to get into the red zone. And the scoreboard remains the same as it was before the game started. 0-all, as the Vikings try to build off a few really nice offensive plays. Ellie, do you think the Vikings are going to try to open up the passing game, or do you think they're going to stick to the run?
I think they're going to stick to the run.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's been working for most of the game. They've gotten some of their bigger plays off the run. Although it might not be a bad idea to try to do some dink and dunks or short passes to your playmakers and let them do the work. Connors under center. Jackson hopefully providing a second layer of protection. That ball goes right through the receiver's hands, Christopher Harris.
That was a nice little addition of the bare necessities by the Vikings.
Connors takes the snap, drops back. Nice pass to Harris. And Harris can't get anywhere as he is swarmed already by number 23, Avon Hodges, making plays on both sides of the ball. Fourth down, and they're going for it. on the run, makes a beautiful throw. Chris Harris gets the first down.
Pass is complete to number 16, Christopher Harris.
Now the Vikings are getting ever so close.
Big gain on the play.
That sacred end zone that they've yet to reach.
10 Vikings.
Timeout called by the Vikings.
Timeout is called by the Vikings.
I'm not sure what they're going to do. Maybe a more elaborate play. Football season is beginning to start everywhere. High school starting tonight. Tomorrow there are some college games, but next week is the big day, or the big days on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the NFL the next week. Vikings are back on the field, as well as the Raiders. Connors takes the snap. Already swarmed by Raiders. Nice completion there to Savon Davis.
Pass is complete to number 9, Savon Davis.
For the first time I saw Savon Davis play, he fumbled the football, scored a touchdown on punt return, and proceeded to fumble the football and lose it another 2 times. He's a solid playmaker, though. Several men moving around. You got trips on the bottom. Might be trying to run into the strong side. They run up the middle. Tremaine does a flip.
Quarterback keeper tripped up on number 25, Raquel Johnston. Once again, move those chains.
And that's a first down.
Vikings.
Vikings in the red zone. As they look to capitalize on this drive. Miles Davis in the backfield. Flag thrown. Sideline warning, I believe.
Illegal shift called on the Vikings. The 5-yard penalty. First and long.
Pitch. Sorry for the delay, and he's running out of bounds.
Pitches to number 15, Miles Davis.
new to the Viking Media booth, Chris Kenziora.
How's it going, everybody?
Chris is a junior here and plays on the baseball team. Played a little varsity last year, hoping to play some varsity this year. Phenomenal pitcher.
Thank you.
Hopefully phenomenal is a word I can use at the end of this Vikings drive. Connors, quarterback draw, nowhere to go. Met by number 57, Trevon Hill. So, Chris, what are your expectations for the Vikings season this year?
I think that they can do pretty good. I think there's a lot of potential, and I think sky's the limit, to be honest.
Yeah, they could do some good if their offensive line is sturdy. That'd be great. Connors does a little spin, the throw. Incomplete. Almost made the catch, Savon Davis did. He's not able to keep his tippy toes inside. So Chris, how do you think life after Nick Mahalik will affect the Vikings in the red zone?
I think that they can be pretty successful out here in the red zone. I mean, if our running game is good and we can complete some passes in crucial situations, then I don't see why we can't be successful.
Flag thrown on the play. Might be a roughing or late hit. Not sure what it was. It was in the backfield and was thrown after Jermaine took a hit. That will be called. That's roughing the passer. That's a big penalty, and that'll move those chains. Or make it more manageable. So Chris, who do you think is going to win the national championship this year in the world of college football?
Man, that's a tough question. I think Alabama and Clemson are in it as usual. My pick would probably be Clemson. I think they're strong overall. I don't see why they can't be a contender for a very long time. Their recruiting is strong point. I don't see why they can't be there.
Did he come down with it? That's a touchdown for the Vikings. See, you're their good luck charm. Chris Harris with the score. A real nice catch and throw there. Throw and catch. Whatever you want to call it, it means 6 points for the Vikings. Connors is amped on the sideline. Is it? The kick. It's up and good. There's a flag on the play. I believe it might be an illegal formation as number 5, Giovanni Pryor, ran onto the field late. They may not have been set.
Dead ball foul, illegal shift on the Vikings, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal shift. Will re-kick, although that last kick had enough distance. If 5 yards shouldn't affect it. Number 7, Miguel Picasso Marin will hold. He's the backup. Also on the baseball team. The hold, the kick, blocked off the bottom of the crossbar, and it's no good.
The extra point is no good.
It may have been partially blocked, but the Vikings still have a 6-0 lead. What are your thoughts about the game so far, Chris?
I came here a little late, so I didn't see the very beginning, but so far it's Vikings have looked pretty strong. Obviously they haven't let up any scores so far, so hey, they're looking pretty successful so far.
That's all that matters. Bend but don't break. Who do you think has the potential to be the unsung hero of the Vikings team this year?
Man, I mean, Chris Harris is always he's always a horse out there. He's always playing strong. I think he has the potential to make some noise.
The Raiders seem to never be able to get a handle on the kickoffs. As the squib kick turned into a pinning at the 15. Excuse me, they are, due to forward progress, they are moving it to the 20. Although I would not have expected this squib kicking to be so effective. Davis back under center for the Raiders. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks, fires. Has a man open. That is number 25, Ramel Gotson.
Pass was complete to number 25, Miguel Gostin.
Nice size for a receiver at 6'1". The snap, the handoff, swallowed up by the Vikings. Flag thrown after the play.
Flag on the play.
Holding called on the Raiders. That'll set them back 10. That'll make this 1st and 20. The snap. Davis winds up, throws, has a man on the sideline. Excellent positioning there by Savon Davis. Put himself in the right spot and made the play. Do you expect those plays to be made by Savon Davis, Chris?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's got some speed on him and he's keeping up with these receivers, so he should be able to make plays like that every play if he stays on him.
Second down and 20. Davis looking, overthrows his man. Number 11 was wide open. Unfortunately, there are two number 11s on the roster we were received via Max Preps. So it was either 5'11 senior Napoleon Nichols or 6'3 senior Briar Purrier. Either way, an absolutely awful throw with an open receiver. Davis drops back. And that'll be, that's an illegal procedure. That's about third and forever. But one thing that really impressed me, even though there was a penalty, how fast Aiden McCarthy, number 11, the D end, got off. Incomplete. Davis was 0 for 3 on that drive. Time to punt, and not punt too far. Davis back to return. Savon Davis, that is. I think he's a little too far away. You might want to try to get a little closer. So he has a chance to return one. Terrible snap. And he just pops that one up. Everybody gets away. That ball may have went backwards.
After the punt, the Vikings take possession of the ball. First and 10 with the ball on the 16-yard line.
The Vikings with excellent field position after that horrendous punt. You'd think this guy had no kicking experience, but he definitely, and I'm pretty sure he might not. .723, Connors runs the ball, runs into his man, tries to get around, and he is brought back. That's a loss of about 13, 15 maybe. Sometimes it's just better to go down, right, Chris?
Yeah, at some points, like right there.
16 yards on the play, excuse me. 2nd and 26. The throw by Connors, a little short.
Pass was intended for number 16, Christopher Harris, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and long.
He may have just wanted, Connors may have just wanted to throw that one away on that 16-yard sack play. Vikings with 5 wide. This is always fun. Either they air out or tuck and run. There's a false start, or offsides, excuse me. That'll be number 51. As he jumped.
5-yard penalty.
Which turns us into a 3rd and 21, a much more manageable 3rd and 21. Though all the way back here, 5 yards doesn't make too much of a difference. Connors takes the snap. The throw has a man deep, and he beats his man. I believe that is Savon Davis once again. That's a touchdown for the Vikings.
Pass was complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Looks like the Vikings are not sure what they're doing. Connors is on the sideline. Guess they're going for two. I don't even think the Vikings know what they're doing.
Timeout, Vikings.
Do you think this is a good move, going for two, to make it a 14-point game, 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points?
It's risky, but if they play it smart, that'll really help them out. Put them up by a full 2 touchdowns.
Connors is back under center as the Vikings attempt a 2-point conversion. They might want to try either a fade route, maybe a slant, some slants. Running the ball is never a bad idea. But it's also nice when you have a little bit of time, and that's something Tremaine Connors cannot get.
Two-point conversion is incomplete for the pass. It's intended for number 15, Niles Davis. Score is Niles North 12, Raby 0.
Niles North still has a 2-possession lead over Raby, who as of right now seems to be a little bit of a team who got a very generous ranking by Max Preps. A team ranked in the top 100 of the state. Getting trounced so far on offense by the team ranked 252nd, which I thought was a little generous, but that was before the season started. And again, they have much tougher tests to come. Chris Harris with the kickoff. Raiders finally field it cleanly. Nice return there. Flag on the play. Believe they might call possible horse collar tap. Not horse collar. The face grabbing of the face mask. Which they will. 15 yards. That'll be on Niles North. And that's a huge penalty. And they will have great field position. At around the 43. fumbled the handoff. And that's recovered by the Vikings. Right after they make a dumb mistake, they come back with a nice heads-up play.
That's quite a turn of events right there.
Seems like the turnover battle is just about even. Connors takes the snap. No protection. Oh, a nearly a great play by Jalen White. The Connors had no protection off the right side. It was number 57 who just flew around the edge. Trevon Hill. Connors takes a snap, handoff to Jordan Jackson. Jackson nowhere to go, swallowed up by the Raiders.
Number 12 ball carrier, Jordan Jackson, went down to number 11, Napoleon Nichols. Number 21, Jalen Brown. Lost a yard on the play, it'll bring up the 3rd and long.
Third down and 11. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Connors backs up to pass. Quarterback draw. Dives to try to get the first down. Think you made it, Chris?
It looked close from this angle. I think, depending on where they call it,
Ooh, not even
not even close.
Must have stepped out well before.
The gain of 8 on the play. Bring up 4th and 3 for the Vikings.
Connors drops back. Draw once again. First down and much, much more.
And he's gone.
Touchdown, Tremaine Connors.
Quarterback keeper, 50-yard touchdown run.
A 50-yarder ripped off by Connors.
Connors right there just found the edge and stayed with it. Know what he was gonna stop him right there.
That was a great block at the end to seal the deal. As the Vikings now have a 19-point lead, a very surprising 19-point lead, if you ask me. As impressive as this is, it almost seems like Niles North is going to face much, much tougher teams. Who do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for the Vikings this season?
I mean, they usually have a pretty tough schedule. They face teams like ETHS, New Trier, Maine South. So in the midst of it all, I'd say probably Maine South. They're always a big contender, always have a very strong team, especially as of recently.
They are excellent every year. Ranked 4th in the state as of right now. Well, not as good as they were last year when they were top 100 as the number 4 team, number 2 team, excuse me. Christopher Harris kicking it. Unfortunately, Harris doesn't kick it up the middle. Made the tackle, but that was a poor kick. Does on kickoffs. It's usually like swigs and stuff.
Pass is complete to number 11, Byron. For a first down for the Raiders.
5 minutes left to go in the first half. And the Raiders are trying to put up some points. Davis has to run. Flag on the play. I believe it's a hold.
Quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 67. Osman Elgar and number 2, Jonathan Noel. It is a flag.
Hold. That'll bring them back 10 yards. In high school, I'm not sure if it's the line of scrimmage or where it actually happened. So either way, it's a huge play no matter what. Huge flag.
It's going to be a huge loss of positioning.
Indeed. .450 left. And the Raiders with forever to go. And second down, overthrow once again. That seems to be the theme here with Theon Davis. His jersey number may match the amount of completions, although I'm not too sure about that. He's had a terrible game in the air. This Raiders offense has not done much at all.
Their offensive struggles seem to have really put the Vikings in a great position to score pretty much every drive.
Oh yeah, they're making the Vikings look all state worthy. Well, I'm not saying that's impossible, I'm saying it's very unlikely. The amount of talent Niles North usually gets. Incompletion once again. Much more heavily contested though, as Theon Davis was under pressure there. Pretty windy here. Starting to feel some precipitation. As it is 3rd and forever for the Raiders. Might try to go for a screenplay here. That would not be a bad idea. Try to get the ball moving in the right direction. Takes a snap. Throws it deep. Has a man wide open, and he drops the ball. Theon Davis hasn't had the greatest night throwing, but it's not entirely his fault. It was a tougher play to make there by Dazoon Young. When that ball hits your hands, you got to catch it.
Would have been a tough catch either way, though. Rushed right off his fingertips.
It would be, but that wasn't the worst ball ever. It was very catchable. Do I think coach will make him run? No. But that very well could have been a huge turn of events there for the Raiders. Timeout called by the Raiders.
Timeout is called by the Raiders.
So what do you think the Raiders are going to do here, Chris?
I mean, I think there's too much time left in the half to go for anything risky. So I think they're going to have to play it safe right here and just get rid of it.
It's not a bad idea at all. Hopefully this punter for the Raiders can kick it slightly farther than the last one.
In the event that does not happen, the Vikings will have some very good field position.
Oh, they're going for it. Davis takes the snap, looking long. Has a man short.
Wow.
Oh, and he makes the play. That's a touchdown. That's 6.
Apparently that was the right move.
Marshawn Foster with the catch.
Pass is complete to number 7, Marshawn Foster.
And suddenly Al Raby has some life in him. Just toasted the defense. Not a great ball thrown by Davis, but it worked. Foster was able to adjust. And that's 6. It looks like they're going for 2. Davis.
Stuffed at the goal line.
Real nice play there by the Vikings. 19-6 now. As the Vikings will have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to work with. Not sure if they're going to want to come out guns a-blazing.
Well, they have enough time here to get a decently paced drive going. It's not like they're under too much pressure there.
In both teams' kicking units, let's just say they're just not the best. They're not guys you can depend on when it matters the most. Number 9, Dazoon Young. To kick. Savon Davis and Jalen White, I believe, are back to receive. Jogs up the kick. Let it go out of bounds. No, they don't. That gets them about to the 39 or calling it 40.
Ball being returned to the 40-yard line. First and 10, Vikings.
Another drive with excellent field position, although that's how it's always been, it seems like, for the Vikings. Chris, do you think they're going to try to open up the passing game, or do you think they're just going to stick to the run?
I think the smart thing would be to at least start with bringing up the running game, burn a little bit of clock so that the Raiders don't have too much time to work with if there's a change of possession, if we score, or if there's a turnover at any point. But we'll have to see what they end up really trying to do.
Connor's running, tackled. Won't go down easy, but he did. In the end, quarterback tackled by opposing quarterback Theon Davis. This is always a tough situation to be in. With a smaller school, you have to play your skill position players on both sides of the ball, as they're their best option. Unfortunately, they get tired later in the game.
Yeah, that can be a real stress on these guys, especially, like you said, at the end of the game where it really counts.
Connors loses the football, not sure whose ball it is. I believe the Vikings may have retained possession, although it looks like the Raiders may have. Everybody's pointing that way.
And they do.
Just like that, the Raiders are starting to do an excellent job trying to erase a 19-point deficit. Theon Davis takes a snap, throws through his hands. Number 11. I believe that was Byron Purrier, 6'3" senior. That was a really solid throw there. Unfortunately, he hit him right in the hands, where he can't catch it. Davis throws, man in the middle, incomplete. Another overthrow. Solid coverage there by Miles Davis.
Pass was intended for number 4, Keith Bland. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Raiders.
3rd and 10 here for the Raiders. Chris, do you think they'll continue to throw the ball, or do you think they're going to change up the pace and run it?
Judging by how they've been handling it so far, I think they're going to probably end up throwing it. I don't see why they would run, especially on a 3rd and 10, but you never know. Set up to throw.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it on 4th down either way, so try to get some yards, and they do. Theon Davis gets the 1st down. Great play by the quarterback. They're at the 25. The snap, the handoff. Hodges trying to get to the outside, does. First down, more. And he may have gotten inside the 10. Avon Hodges finally breaking out.
Brought down by number 10,
Jalen White with the tackle. And now it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Saw some movement there.
False start offense. 5-yard penalty.
False start on the Raiders, which will help out the Vikings a lot. At the 14 now. Another flag thrown. It's almost like they're the real life Raiders. Oh, it's on the Vikings.
Offside on the defense, 5-yard penalty. Places the ball back on the 9-yard line. It'll be first and 9.
And just like that, it's almost like nothing happened at all. Davis, hands off. Hodges swallowed up by the Vikings.
Might have gotten a couple feet on the play.
And that'd be very generous too.
Number 67, Osman Elkire.
Still remains, well, it's second and goal now. Hand off to Hodges again. Fighting for more yards.
Number 23, the ball carrier.
Getting about a couple. This would not be a bad time to go back to some passing.
Brought down by number 2, Jonathan Noel, and number 15, Miles Davis. We'll bring up third and goal for the Raiders.
Third and goal at around the 6. Do you think it would be smart to run a passing play, like play at some type of play action play? Or do you think to keep going with the run?
I'd say that's a really a coin flip situation, because there's risk and reward for both of them.
Oh, and it's quarterback keeper,
And he's gonna
fakes
get
it.
in.
And Theon Davis and the Raby Raiders
Making this
are
game
now,
close.
they're a touchdown away from tying the game. Will they kick the extra point or go for it? I believe they will go for it. Theon Davis walks back onto the field as they decide on what they're going to do. Minute 3 seconds left in the game, or in the half, excuse me. As Raby tries to bring it to a 5-point game. The throw, little too high for number 25, Romel Gotson. A very nice play there, though. Minute 3 seconds left once again.
Score is Raby 12, South Fork 19.
If I'm the Vikings, I might just try to run out the clock, because I don't want to give Raby another possession. This is a team that's been real hot right now.
They might want to just regather themselves and stop the scoring run that Raby is on.
Just take it into the locker room, work with it, what you got. Avoid turnovers. The zone, Young to kick. Young with an absolutely horrendous, and I mean horrendous kick. That went about a yard.
If that. He definitely got on top of that one right there.
Definitely. I don't know why they don't try to get like a soccer player from their team if they have a soccer team. I'm not sure about Raby. But it would not be a bad idea just to grab one.
Just for the kicks.
Just for the kicks. They didn't even have to kick field goals. Connor goes down. Just kickoffs, punts.
Just get some distance.
Yeah, because you're not helping yourself when you kick it a combined 2 yards on a kickoff return and a punt. Excuse me, just a kickoff, not the return. Connors finds a hole. Connors won't go down. Turns nothing into something.
Gets a little extra yardage on the play.
26 seconds left. Clock stopped.
The Vikings have a chance to do something right here.
That'd be great to put some points up on the board.
Little momentum switch.
I was not expecting such an awful kick. And that really opened up the possibilities of what the Vikings could do. Connors run the ball, trying to get out of bounds and the first down.
He just won't go down.
He gets the first down. That's what is signaled by the sideline ref close to us at the bottom of your screen. 7-yard gain. That's a first down at the 30-yard line. 18 seconds left. It's time to air out the ball. Even though this ground game has been amazing. Sideline warning. On the Vikings. Takes a snap. Connors finds a hole, trying to make plays, falls down. And this will end the first half, as the Vikings are on top 19 to 12.
And that brings up the end of the first half. Raby 12.
It's been a game full of runs. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Athletico, for sponsoring Viking Media all school year long.
Let's give it up again for the Niles North dance team. Thank you, ladies. The dance team will be hosting their Junior Vikings Clinic the first week of October with a culminating halftime performance on October 5th. For more information, please contact head coach Shannon Washington. Thank you so much for your continuous support of the dance team and other spirit programs, and also the football team tonight. Go Vikings! And now, tonight, the Niles North Marching Band will be performing the opening to their 2018 halftime show, Movie Madness. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the sounds of the Niles North Marching Band.
There's only one home season opener per year for the Vikings, and so far it's been a pleasure. Chuck Paul Stadium is chock full of fans talking up the pomp and circumstance of the football season that is once again upon us. Thank you for joining Viking Media. I'm Elliot Parrish, glad to be with you again for more Friday Night Lights in 2018. Niles North is the place to be tonight, but if you couldn't come, we're glad you're hanging out with us with Viking Media for the second half of the game. I'm Elliot Parrish, here with special guest David Parrish.
That's right, I'm your dad, and it's an honor to be here tonight. Viking Media is so impressive, and it's great that you have an access, a way that people can watch from around the world, really, and check out the awesome production that you guys do for Niles North football and all the sports that you guys do. It's amazing.
Right, it's lovely to have you here, and it's lovely to be on YouTube for the first time in 2018.
Elliot, isn't it cool that it's Friday Night Lights, it's still August, and it feels cool. It got dark. I mean, this is classic high school football. This is what you're going to remember your whole life. And here it is. Bang, it started.
It feels like fall, and the atmosphere is just terrific.
Yeah. This opponent we have tonight, it's pretty formidable. I mean, Niles North was blowing them away for the first quarter, and then started making a comeback.
19-12 so far. The Raby Raiders, coached by Zenon Owens. Niles North, meanwhile, has a new coach, Pat Pistorio, and Niles North has been doing pretty well too so far this game.
Absolutely incredible. Some really good runs, some good quarterback keeps. It's been really impressive. They got a new coach this year.
Absolutely. I spoke with him today. He's a wonderfully nice man. He came from South Elgin after last year having a 7-win and 1-loss season.
Did you happen to notice in the first half player, I think it's 11 on the opponent's team, his name is Miles Davis?
The opponents on Raby Raiders, Neapolitan Nickel. I did notice Miles Davis.
Yeah, they did have a Miles Davis. For all your music fans, that's pretty cool to hear.
Very cool.
Yeah. So the stands are packed with fans, parents. The band has been out here, put on a heck of a halftime show. Elliot, by the way, plays the euphonium in the Viking marching band. I don't know if you know that. He does a great job announcing, but before he's out here announcing, he's out on the field marching and playing one of the heaviest instruments probably in the whole band, and he doesn't even seem winded.
Well, it's always a pleasure to play for the marching band. It's just a part of the thrill of Friday Night Lights.
All right, so who do you have backstage here? You got our director?
We have a wonderful crew. We have several camera people. Mr. Henderson is our producer, and a wonderful supporting crew for Viking Media, as always.
Doesn't Mr. Henderson do an amazing job getting everyone out there? I'm seeing your buddy Alejandro running around. He's coordinating people out on the field. You've got camera people. You've got people hauling cable. You got to worry about audio. You got directors and assistant directors, and there's this is going out on the screen too, on the field, so people watching the game can see what's going on, can see replays, all that stuff.
They do a wonderful job here.
So you're a sophomore this year. Does it feel different?
It feels easier. It's always a bit crazy starting a new school, but sophomore year is calmer, and so you can enjoy the fun of it all a little more.
Okay, so I'm an amateur. So what are the tricks to putting on a really good broadcast for a football game, keeping people entertained, keeping them informed, and trying to not make mistakes and make it great?
The trick with watching a game and calling it is state what isn't obvious and what the people can't already see on the screen. I have a bunch of stats here and a bunch of info about the new coach.
Yeah, you're doing your homework.
Yeah, and it's always good to get good analysis with guests like you.
Well, You could probably do better than me for a good analysis, but I can, as an amateur high school football person in the booth, I can like be dazzled by all the stuff that I see. And it's some dazzling stuff. This is a media booth with like lots of different rooms. We've been to Chicago Bears games before, and you look down the media booth and you see like, you know, one little section after another of different media groups that look down and are announcing and keeping stats and everything.
Absolutely, it looks surprisingly a lot like this.
Can't tell what the temperature is, but I know that the high today was 70, so we're in the 60s. It's been gusty. It sprinkled just when the game first started, but it never really actually rained, I wouldn't say. So this feels like October, you know?
Absolutely perfect football weather.
Yeah. You didn't have a Niles North schedule for the rest of the season, do you?
For the rest of the season, why, yes, I do.
So this is the home opener.
And next they play at Marion Central College on the 31st of this month.
And that's in Woodstock. That's where they shot the movie Groundhog Day.
Wow. The next home game is the 7th of next month against Prospect.
15 attempts rushing for 74 yards and 1 touchdown. And passing 4 for 14 for 89 yards and 1 touchdown for a total of 163 yards. Niles North had 22 attempts for 85 yards and 1 touchdown. Passing, there was 7 for 13 for 68 yards.
Okay, we're getting ready for the kickoff.
For a total of 128 yards.
It'll be North receiving for the second half.
Brandon Studmeyer with an offside kick. The Vikings will get it at about the 35-yard line.
It's been a real clean game so far. No nasty hits, pushing and shoving or anything.
First and 10 for the Vikings.
Watch an NFL game and a high school game side by side. You'll notice it's much cleaner in the high school. Very
Yeah.
few penalties this game.
Both teams well coached. Really good sportsmanship, both sides.
First and 10, Vikings. We're looking for a pass upfield, and it's dropped by Jalen White.
Pass was intended for number 10. Jalen White, incomplete. We'll bring up second down.
Niles North in their home uniforms, kind of a dark gray, black pants, and purple helmets. How do you describe Raby?
Raby is white and red, so the red Raby Raiders. Say that 5 times fast.
Red Raby Raiders, Red Raby Raiders. 3 more times.
We're looking for another pass
Oh.
upfield.
It was tapped. Incomplete.
Pass is tipped, incomplete. Bring up third down for the Vikings.
Tremaine Connor, the 5'9" quarterback for this team. It's his first year at the helm of the offense.
You've been in this field before. How would you describe the turf?
AstroTurf is pretty nice. It gives a nice cushion. It's very nice how school has it.
Probably good for speed too, huh?
Definitely. Tremaine Connor looking for the 3rd pass of the half in as many plays. No good. It goes to the sideline.
Pass was intended for number 12, Jordan Jackson.
From the booth, we certainly appreciate the new gray jerseys the Vikings have because now we can see their numbers.
Yeah, it was a little difficult last year because it was dark jerseys with dark numbers. This is helpful. Thanks everybody for who's tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, to watch this. Even if you're watching it a day later on YouTube, you got to check it out on YouTube. We're going to be here all season long. Viking Media.
And since we're on YouTube, it's our right to tell you to subscribe and like. It's a run for a gain of about 10 yards. These teams aren't familiar with each other at all. The records Viking Media uses go back to 2006, and in all the years since, there have never been any meetings between these two teams, home or away.
Wow. So at least the last 12 years.
(19-12) Vikings. 11:34 left in the third quarter.
There's a handoff. Brought down by number 6. Kind of wicked wrestling move tackle there.
Yeah. Keith Blaine was brought down. And this is looking much better than the end to last season for the Vikings. The last game they played was a blowout. 48-9 they lost to Evanston at home.
Well, defense is looking strong tonight. They look motivated. They look excited. Working together.
Yeah, and the Raby offense is traditionally great. They had 43 points last time.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Quarterback's on the move.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
There's a flag on the play.
We'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Culver's, tonight for being here. Did you get some custard?
Absolutely. Vanilla with Oreo topping. It was very good.
I got the vanilla. It was tasty too, and I got to see the giant ice cream cone or custard cone walking around. You know, that is a bonus with Niles North football. Is sometimes you can pose with an ice cream cone.
Absolutely. Looks like the ref is signaling for holding.
Vikings are moving back, so. Yep, penalties against North. We're at the 33.
Here comes Raby. It's a running play and brought down after only a few yards. The Niles North season opener last year was a 28-35 loss to De La Salle. This is already looking much better for the Vikings.
Yeah, they really got off to an aggressive start. Brought down at the 23 or so.
Avian Hodges, the senior, who is 5'10".
You know, your mom got a hot dog tonight, and it was outstanding.
Nice.
I recommend the hot dog.
Good concessions at Chuck Paul Stadium. Here we go. We're looking for a pass from Raby. Play pressure, avoids the sack, gain of 0 yards. Theon Davis is the quarterback for Raby. He's a 6-foot senior.
He's really been on the move today, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
A lot of rushing. He's not afraid to use his feet. Yeah, they actually lost 2. That's that heavy D from the Vikings I'm talking about.
Crucial 3rd down for them. They'll probably need another pass to get the necessary 10 yards. Here's a pass to the end zone, and it's dropped. Intended for Duzane Young.
Pass is incomplete. Will bring up 4th down for the Raiders.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to get ready to step down, Elliot, and Ryan's going to step up and be your color guy. It's really been an honor to be here on Viking Media and step in and see how the magic is done. You guys do a really great job.
It's been great to have you. You got to come back sometime.
I will sometime. Okay, I'm going to hand it off to Ryan, and he's going to rock it.
Welcome, Ryan, to the broadcast booth. How are you?
I've been doing fine, Elliot. How are you doing?
Never better. Enjoying Friday night lights.
It's awesome.
Raby gets a pass upfield from Theon Davis, and it's dropped.
That was excellent coverage there by the Vikings. I think he was able to get a hand in there. I believe that was Miles Davis.
Ball will turn over on downs for the Vikings.
Turnover on downs. That is huge so far. How do you think the game's been going for the Vikings?
Well, much, much better than this team we saw last season.
Oh yeah, they were horrendous. Do you think there's been improvements on the O-line?
Absolutely. Less sacks for the quarterback. It's been tremendous. Niles North had 2 wins and 7 losses last year under Mike Garoppolo, and now Historio comes in from South Elgin, coming off a 7-1 season. Maybe he'll give us a winning season too in Skokie.
That'd be great. 7-1 is nothing to laugh at all.
It's a 1st down for number 12, Jordan Jackson, for the Vikings.
Jordan Jackson is a real nice size for a running back. If he's able to get his big body through some holes, wow, he can probably make some plays.
6'3", absolutely. Tremaine Connor throws a big pass upfield, and it's caught for the Vikings.
That was an excellent deep ball by Connor. Just dropped it in the bucket.
Pass was complete to number 9, Savon Davis. Brought down by number 7.
Savon Davis, a big Viking playmaker.
It was a 36-yard completion. Once again, we move those chains.
We're told 36 yards. Tremendous.
That's a very impressive throw by a guy who hasn't thrown the ball too much this game.
Yeah, Tremaine Connor, I believe this is his 1st year at the helm of the Vikings offense.
Yeah, this is his 1st year as the starting quarterback. It always seems like the starting quarterback for the Vikings is always a senior. I'm not sure if that's changed since the days of Tony Granado for those who've been following the Vikings for a very long time.
First and 10. Backwards running play and a loss of 2 yards with a flag.
Yeah, White did not have much room to run. Was trying to get the edge, but the Raiders did an excellent job closing that off. Knowing the Vikings and their struggles with holding, I believe somebody may have gotten a little too grabby.
Possibly.
And it is. That'll set them back 5 yards. Or 10 yards, excuse me.
Ooh, that'll take the momentum after having such a good completion.
Yeah, all that work by Connors and might come up empty here.
Penalty is on the Vikings. Holding, 10-yard penalty. Brings them second and long.
Jermaine Connor is looking for a pass. A big one towards the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown.
And Savon Davis just toasted the defense. That is his second touchdown of the game. That was an excellent throw by Jermaine Connors. Threw it to the wide open man and let him do the rest.
Wide open, no one from Raby even remotely in his area. Coach Historio is enjoying a great first game here, and since the punts haven't been working, the field goals haven't been working, they're going for 2 points now.
Actually, it looks like they are setting up to kick. Number 44 for the Vikings. Looks to be kicking. It's number 7, the backup quarterback, Miguel Picasso. Is holding, and that kick is good.
The extra kick is good.
Now, this new coach, Historio, and the principal of Niles North, Principal Edwards, used to be together at South Elgin for 3 years.
Wow. Who would have thought that their ties academically would lead to them coming back together academically and athletically, excuse me.
Historio says he's confident with the system he's been able to develop, and he's looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, I think with a record of 7-1, very impressive. I think that may be able to, his winning ways may be able to rub off on the Vikings. This is not a team that is known for being a football powerhouse, although there's been some recent success, 2 consecutive playoff appearances in 2015 and 2016, 2014, 2015.
Students at Niles North will recognize Marky Goffsky, who used to be the coach in 2015. Niles North has had 3 different coaches in 4 years.
Yeah, hopefully Pistorio ends the coaching carousel here in Niles North.
(26-12) Vikings. Fumbled return, but Raby recovers. They'll start at about the 47-yard line.
The Raiders did a lot of great work late in the first half.
Absolutely, it looked to be a Vikings blowout early on, but then they came back.
And made it a one-possession game.
Here's a running play that looks to earn the first down.
Davis making a lot of nice moves on his feet. He's a very effective runner, but sometimes he can make good passes as well. He's had a few drops, but a lot of overthrows, which he definitely needs to work on.
So true. Here he is at, is it second down, I think? First down. And it's a fake that does turn out to be a running play for a gain of about 6 yards. Raiders are from Chicago, and 2 years ago they had only 2 wins. Then they made a turnaround and had a 12-2 record with a playoff appearance. Not bad.
Although you really couldn't tell by today's game, as they have really underperformed.
Ooh, number 13 was stuffed for Raby for a gain of 0 yards.
Actually, that was an excellent play there, as he pulled it out, or he didn't even get the ball. He just got flattened. They end up getting the first down there. Raiders are now at the 39.
My goodness.
Yeah, even fooled us upstairs.
Here's a running play with Keith Bland.
That was an excellent run by Bland. Broke a few tackles, tried to get as much as he could. And he's been pretty solid today.
About 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a quarterback keep that doesn't quite get the first down. Theon Davis taken down after about 3 yards.
Doesn't do anything there. Third down and manageable.
Here's a big pass upfield from Theon Davis. And that's a first down and much more for the Raiders.
That was an excellent throw there. Just put it right where his receiver can catch it. Raiders are in the red zone.
First and 10, 13 yards away from 6 points. Davis is looking to throw for the end zone, and it's dropped. Intended receiver Duzane Young.
Yeah, Young had a golden opportunity there. It hit him, and he just wasn't able to corral it.
Ooh, it was so close.
That would have made it a one-possession game.
Here's a running play. The ref calls it before the end zone. I think some players from Raby got excited, thought maybe they scored, but they're at goal right now.
That was a very nice run, though. At first, I thought he had the edge and he was going to score, but then he got stopped.
Here's a quarterback sneak that gets into the end zone with Tion Davis.
The car is a gray 2002 Acura, license plate L680920. It is registered to body.
Right now, our visuals are not currently working, but we would like to thank our sponsor, Athletico. They sponsor Viking Media all year long, and we truly are grateful for them. We thank them wholeheartedly.
Now, during the regular season last year against Raby, no opponent had more than 6 points. There were also 4 shutouts. Now, Niles North comes in with 26 points against the Raiders. They are a totally different team this year.
Yeah, I'm assuming they lost a lot of pieces from last year's very impressive 12-2 team. As that was a beautiful play run right there by the Raiders. Faked it to the running back and then pitched it out. That was an easy 6 there. Beautiful design play.
Beautiful. Zenon Owens is the coach who designed it, from Raby in Chicago. They're currently ranked 77th in the state of Illinois.
Oh, that was a 2-point conversion play, I guess. Oh, there was a touchdown. The play where Raby thought that they scored.
Quarterback sneak? Yeah, it's 26-20 now. It's a 1-possession game. This is exciting. How's this to start the season?
We already have a nail biter. The first game of the season. These games are always exciting.
Deep back to receive is Siavon Davis. Still on his feet at the 30. At the 40 and brought down finally, giving good field position to the Vikings.
Wow, that was a huge surprise there that they decided to kick it deep. I didn't know their kicking specialist had it in him. Surprised to save on. Put him back at the 10, but he just worked his magic. Now they're at the 40. Very impressive play there.
Absolutely. Oh, we have an injury on the field.
That's never good.
Oh, wow, the team's getting down to pray. I've never seen that. They're all, like, getting down on a knee.
Yeah, it's very common when somebody's injured. Sometimes it's just the team of the injured player, and that was Savon Davis. I hope the kid's okay.
I'm glad he's back on his feet.
Very good. Hopefully nothing serious, just something minor.
First injury of the game that we've seen.
They're going to take a look at him. The trainers will, as we will resume the game. Football stops for no one.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for Connor. And it's a quarterback keeper.
Unfortunately, Connor can't get around as he has 0 time to make any type of forward progress.
He's sure been working on his running today. Like, he's kept the ball and tried to run several times.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of design runs that they have where they intend to have him run, but I think the other times he has to make plays on his feet. His line doesn't hold up.
This time he's looking for a pass. Play pressure, and it's a dropped pass intended for Jordan Jackson.
It was a very catchable pass. I think he was just looking upfield instead of looking the ball into his hands.
So down for Kanu, and it's a big pass upfield. It's caught for the first down.
What a catch by White right there. He knew he was going to get hit, didn't care, caught the ball. Huge first down there.
That was beautiful. Great play. Brett Bilstein, the athletic director at North, said he was impressed by Historio's competitiveness and his success and his work ethic. It looks like all of that is coming to fruition in tonight's offense for North.
Yeah, it does. Although you have to be a serious competitor if you want to be successful at any level, in any sport, really. The best coaches are always the most competitive.
So true.
But they also have to keep that balance where they also have to make a bond with their players. Especially at the high school and college level, you need that type of bond, you need that type of trust.
I spoke with Historio earlier today, and he's just so pleasant to talk to. Wonderful addition to this Vikings team in 2018. Historio for a pass towards the sideline. Still on his feet.
That was a great play by Chris Harris. Spinning out of everything. Excellent play there.
6-foot tall junior. Very impressive.
Third and one. This is about 4 down territory right here. Well, they still have time. And it hits Miles Davis.
Tremaine Connor, all he can do is just dive down to make sure Raby doesn't get it. Nothing much he can do there.
2 flags on the play. Calling a false start, I believe, on Niles North.
Ooh, that'll suck out their momentum.
It would not be a bad idea to just decline the penalty. Although they don't. Brings it back 5 yards, 3rd and 6.
Those of you who are Raby fans watching, the next game is the first day of September against Urban Prep South Shore School in Chicago.
It should be a very interesting game there.
Connor throwing towards the back of the field, and it's dropped.
The ref had to drop and hit the deck as he was about to get clocked by that football.
Ooh. unclear why there's a delay. Oh, the Vikings are moving backwards because, well, they're moving because of the penalty. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Thanks for joining Viking Media. I'm Elliot Parrish.
And I'm Brian.
Great to be with you tonight.
Score still 26-20 in favor of the Vikings. As they're facing a daunting third and what seems like to be forever. Trying to avoid giving Raby excellent field position.
Kanu goes for a predictable pass. Jalen White is brought down at about the 48-yard line.
I'll bring up fourth down. And yeah, if you're the Vikings, you gotta go. Go for it. Trips on the bottom of your screen. Going 5 wide.
And it's a quarterback sneak for Tremaine Kanu. Still on his feet. And there's a flag on the play.
There may be a flag on the play, but wow. That was an excellent play there by Tremaine Connor. Showed pure determination to get out of that tackle. Try to get as many yards as he could.
That's some serious running. We are impressed.
Looks like the flag may be on the Raiders. Face mask is the call.
Those of you who are wondering where Coach Garoppolo from last year went, he's spending time with the 49ers in San Francisco, California, with his brother, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo signed a massive contract this offseason, which at the time made him the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League. Jimmy Garoppolo, in his very short playing career as a starter, had more wins than his brother's 2-year tenure at Niles North. Jimmy Garoppolo has yet to lose a start as the starting quarterback of the Patriots and the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a good stat. He's never lost it. That's really good.
7-0.
Wow.
Stats may not be gaudy, but if you got a guy who can win your football games, you pay him what you have to.
Amen.
Hey, watch the quarterback. Watch the quarterback. Make sure you get the ball on the side. Camera. Tell Wario to stay. Follow the ball.
A run play towards the end zone. And it's brought down with about 5 yards to go.
That was a really nice run there by Chris Harris. I thought he may have been tackled.
That brings up the end of the third quarter.
Behind the line of scrimmage, but he just kept on running. That'll be in the end of the third. Vikings entering the fourth on top, 26-20.
There's a gain of 4 on the play, which will bring up 2nd and 6 for the Vikings as we start the beginning of the fourth quarter.
This game is going a lot faster than they've gone in years past. It's 9:19 right now. The officiating crew is also a part of making the game go faster.
Yeah, there have been games where it really didn't seem like the officiating crew knew what they were doing. There were times where we were waiting about 5-10 minutes for them to sort out a fumble and penalty calls, which shouldn't take that long.
By the time everyone would get home, it would be like midnight.
Oh yeah, because we have to clean up everything too.
Vikings up by 6, 1 quarter to go. Kanu keeps it and is brought down before the end zone.
Very close to getting a first down, which would be huge here.
Vikings at goal. Kanu for a pass over to the end zone, and it's dropped.
That was really good coverage there. Not much that the receiver could do about that.
Intended receiver is Miles Davis.
I think you have to go for it here. You can't just settle for a field goal. Even though it put you up by 2 possessions, you're just way too close here. Oh, they're calling roughing the passer.
Ooh.
That is huge. That's half the distance to the goal and a first down. Fresh set of downs, first and goal for the Vikings.
And it's 4th quarter, 1 possession game. This is getting serious.
First and goal, Vikings.
11:17 left to play as the Vikings are looking to make it a 2-possession game here.
Kanu to the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a very good play there by Connors. Went one way, nothing was there. Had room the other way. And he rumbles in for a touchdown.
Boy, the fans are psyched now.
32-20. 2-point conversion makes it 2 whole touchdowns over the Raiders, which is what they were doing.
The 2-point conversion is in.
That was a really good play. Once again, starting to sound like a broken record by Tremaine Connors.
No, he's having a terrific night.
This is the score, 34 Niles North, 20 Raby.
And he's been throwing the ball pretty well for a guy who's mostly known for running the ball.
Yeah, you could say he's a double threat.
Yeah, he's an excellent dual threat quarterback. Although he could work a little bit more on the passing. They haven't been perfect or pretty, but they've gotten the job done. That's all that matters.
Work on the passing a bit more and you might think of a playoff appearance. The last time North made a postseason appearance, it was in 2015. They had 7 wins that season. Marky Goffsky was their coach.
Oh yeah, I remember that season very well. Won their first playoff game against Whitney Young, who was undefeated at the time in the #1 seed.
Meanwhile, the short punt is missed, and it looks like the Raiders still have pretty good field position.
Oh, they have excellent field position right here. And that 2015 team was led by current Iowa linebacker Barrington Wade. I haven't seen too much of Wade on the field, but I'm hoping that this might finally be the year after the departure of Josie Jewell.
Hey, any Big Ten school appearance is big stuff. Here's a quarterback sneak for the Raiders, and it gets the first down with Theon Davis.
Theon's been making some excellent plays with his feet. There has been some little to be desired with his throws.
Certainly, they're 14 points behind the Vikings. And it's first down.
They still have plenty of time, but if you want to start, I wouldn't start rushing, but time to make plays.
He tried, but that one was overthrown. Second down coming up. The last game Raby played was a 43-8 playoff loss to Morris, so both these teams had bad endings to their season. A running play for Raby stuffed with negative yardage. So you've been around Niles North for many years. What feeling do you get about their new coach?
I like that they're getting a guy who isn't from this system, hasn't been, because the guys I've seen coach Niles North have either been with the program for a long time, or have only been with the program as like other coaches. It's nice to see a fresh face, is what I'm trying to say. I have nothing against the other guys, but getting a guy who's had a lot of success in the past is very impressive, that they were able to get a guy like Coach Pistorio.
So he's bringing in some new energy.
Yeah, which I think will affect this Vikings program in the best way possible. Got a man down on the near sideline of the Vikings.
Geez, everyone gets back on their knees again. It's unapparent who it is. Okay, it's Chris Sakmoonwong, who's a running back.
And linebacker as well. Huh.
He's on his feet, so we'll hope he gets better. Meanwhile, it was supposed to rain tonight, and now we're seeing a slight drizzle as the chill sets in Friday night.
Nothing wrong with that. Low rain, make the football a little wetter. Might cause for more turnovers or poor passes, but gotta roll with the cards you're dealt with.
Look around, the Chuck Paws Stadium is still packed. Everyone's enjoying the first football game here of this season. All right, Raby made the gutsy play to go for it on 4th down, and because they needed to, it's 9 minutes left, but they failed.
And also, it's not a bad idea because the kicking unit of this Raby team, it's just utterly embarrassing.
You see a punch in the first half where it went like 1 yard.
I thought they may have lost a yard for a second. It was not very good, to say the least. They had two of those types of plays, a kick and a punt.
Oh, and it was so wild when the punt like bounced off the middle bar in the first half.
Oh yeah, they were trying to go for, the extra point. They were backed up. I thought I saw somebody get a hand in there, I'm not sure. But yeah, that ball just didn't have enough on it.
Connor looking to throw upfield, and it's no good.
And just out of the reach of Savon.
Pass was intended for number 9, Savon Davis, incomplete. 3rd down.
Homecoming at Niles North is only 2 weeks away. It's really coming up, and it looks like at home, 2 weeks away, we will play Prospect. Don't forget to join Viking Media for that on the 7th of September. Here's Connor with a pass upfield. Intended receiver, it looks like, was Savion Davis.
I guess number 7 on Raby. Thought he could have made a play there. He decided to discipline himself with push-ups. 4th down.
Marshawn Foster, he wanted that one.
He did. He's made some solid plays today. He's made some big plays. Low snap.
Raby will get the ball at the 24-yard line.
Twenty-seven-yard punt by the Vikings.
Alejandro is our director tonight.
Raby Raiders
Mr. Henderson is our producer. And all the great crew we have, we're thankful that they've come out on this Friday. So you all on YouTube can enjoy some football. Don't forget to subscribe and like.
It'll mean a lot to us. The more views, the better. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends to watch and enjoy some Viking media.
And if you like it, you can comment too. It's a quarterback keep for Theon Davis. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second and 10, we're looking for a pass from Davis. He throws it. Intended receiver was Avion Hodges, who's the senior. He also is a running back, usually, but they used him as a receiver today.
Yeah, they tried to make a play with him. He definitely should have gotten some yards. Unfortunately, Davis overthrew him. which has been the story of the game so far. A lot of missed opportunities due to failures in the passing game, from drops to overthrows.
Yeah, a lot of overthrows.
Someone has to be on camera. We need someone on camera. I don't think there's anyone on camera.
7.5 minutes to play.
Follow.
It's third down and a quarterback sneak. And he's stuffed with a gain of about 5 yards. Well, 6 yards.
Quarterback keeper. Ball down at the 55.
Deion Davis is 6 foot tall, but the Vikings defense has had some good sacks on him tonight nonetheless.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how tall or small you are. If your offensive line doesn't hold up, you're going to get hit.
If there's no one there, put on a headset. If there's no one on the cameras, put on the headset, okay?
Going forward on fourth down again. And it's a completed pass that worked for Marshawn Foster.
Complete number 7, Marshawn Foster. First down for the Raiders.
The Raiders' hope of winning this game with less than 7 minutes to go, then they needed that play. That was crucial. Intended receiver Keith Bland was underthrown.
Second down for the Raiders.
I didn't know this was a touchscreen, and I touched something and it started doing it, and I was like, oh no. Alright, Connor, did you make the noise thing and it wouldn't go off? Okay, not too much. He's like, press this. You're not live, by the way. So you go as fast. I was supposed to. I was supposed to give my friends my phone, but they let I just didn't tell them. No, but they're off. They told me. Yeah, they told me.
Here's second, and it's a running play with the running back Maurice Marshall.
We haven't heard his name called too much today.
He was the ball carrier.
Believe that may have been his first touch.
We'll bring up third and
And they're mixing up positions. He's usually a wide receiver.
I think that may have been a possible jet sweep. I did not see the play too well.
Marshall's in for quarterback.
quarterback keeper brought down by number 11, Aiden McCarthy. Fourth down for the Raiders.
Watch this lineup for Raby very carefully now. So they gave Maurice Marshall, I was mistaken, he was the quarterback for a few plays to play. He's their second string, and now Deion Davis is back in. Davis looking to pass for the first down.
That was an excellent throw right there. Very poised in the pocket and just fired a dart.
Napoleon Nichols, the 5'11 senior. Wonderful catch.
I don't know, he looked a little too tall to be a 5'11. I think that may have been the 6'3 Purrier. He was also number 11. It's a very mixed up rosters brought to you by Max Preps.
Yeah, 2 number 11s.
There are also 2 number 52s.
It's more confusing than my math homework.
And math can be tough.
Sure can. Here's first down for Raby. Davis is looking to run. Already gaining yardage and almost to the first down.
Real nice run there. Second down. And what looks like to be around 4. Second and 5, excuse me.
Now in 5 seasons at South Elgin, Historio's teams went 29-19. They made the playoffs twice. He could do that again for the Vikings. But not yet. We're seeing an offsides penalty.
And that'll mean that's a first down right there. Those 5 yards were just enough.
It would be a Hail Mary, but keep watching. It is not at all out of the question that the Raiders could come back.
Yeah, it's very possible.
A big pass to the end zone, and it's overthrown. Intended receiver, Avion Hodges.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was his fault right there. I don't think that was Davis's fault. Hodges stopped, looked where the ball was, and watched it soar over his head. If he kept on running a little bit more, that could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, but you hit it on the head earlier when you mentioned the overthrows. There's been a lot of them for Davis tonight.
There have been. It looks like his backup's back in. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, Davis is.
Marshall gets to pass to Foster, still on his feet, and gets to the 18-yard line.
Unfortunately, we're still having technical difficulties when it comes to our graphics. But before the game's end, we just want to thank Athletico once again for sponsoring Viking Media. They do excellent work, and if you ever need their services, I definitely recommend them. Ball placed at around the 20 with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. The comeback is still very possible for the Raiders, but they better start hurrying it up.
Yeah, only 4 minutes and 12 seconds to play tonight.
Raby is already back on the field. So are the Vikings.
And this is first down. Here comes Wilson's looking to throw towards the end zone. And it's just not caught. Intended receiver. Why, that's number 1, Leon Davis. So now he doubles as a wide receiver.
It may feel like his services might be best used at the receiver position. Two quarterback formation might not be a bad idea. Although it's too late to try any of that stuff.
Hey, why not? Whoever you think has it in him to get a good throw under pressure. And it's the other quarterback, Davis again, who can't just get it into the end zone right now. That'll bring up third down.
That's another overthrow by Davis.
if you're Raby. I mean, you think you have to go for this.
Oh yeah, you have to. This is do or die territory. You have to get a first down here to stay alive. Preferably a touchdown for the Raiders.
And it's a running play. The running play is going to get the first down.
Number 13 ball carrier. Brought down by number 6, Ryan.
And number 13 with an excellent carry there.
Down to the 4-yard line where it'll be first.
Brings them at inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
And the quarterback sneak. And it makes the touchdown.
And it's not over yet, folks. Still have plenty of game time left.
Theon Davis bringing his team back. It's a one
possession game.
Mhm.
I believe might go for 2 here.
Three minutes 39. If Raby uses their timeouts, they could totally get a second possession. If you're wondering, Theon Davis in the ever-switching quarterback position is still at the helm right now. And the conversion is no good.
Still an 8-point game in favor of the Vikings. They have to play some seriously good football. They have to get some first downs and run out the clock.
Alright, all the fans are still here. Cheerleaders are doing jumping jacks. The dance troops, the band were all here tonight. Great atmosphere at Chuck Paul Stadium.
Yeah, what's up, man? Not yet. No. He's still there, dude.
I do not think that the Raiders are going to try for an onside kick with so much time left on the clock.
You know, they've been doing like a lot of onside kicks on both sides anyway because the higher punts haven't been working out for them.
Well, more squib kicks than anything. Squibs are more like a harder onside with no intent to recover the ball. Although they are bunching up.
Here's Brown Stubmeyer with the...
They are trying the onside. Recovered by the Vikings. Though he may have lost it. This would be huge.
Okay, what's the word, ref?
Some Al Raby players were pointing that they may have gotten the ball. Which I don't think they did. They're starting to point there.
This is going to get controversial.
And they got it.
Oh my goodness.
Al Raby recovers the onside kick.
That is masterful special teams playing right there.
I think that's just pure luck, but sometimes it's just better to be lucky than good. And it shows here. Three minutes and 37 seconds left for Al Raby. They have plenty of time.
So Niles North before tonight was ranked 252nd in the state. And Al Raby's only 77th. Those rankings might change based on tonight.
Yeah, I think something that Max Preps does that I don't know, I'm not entirely a huge fan of is they pay too much attention to how teams did the previous year. They don't pay attention as much to the seniors who left. So if a school, say, was lucky enough to have like 3 D1 players go off to college, Max Preps might still give them a very generous ranking, even though the program lost a lot of talent.
Ah. So you just have to see the first game of the season to get a real idea.
You gotta watch it. That's with all football rankings.
We're looking for a pass from Raby upfield, and it's no good for Davis.
Flag on the play. In the backfield, I believe it might be a hold.
The intended receiver was Napoleon Nichols. Okay, it was holding against Raby. And that's a big advantage with less than 3 minutes to go in the game for the Vikings.
Raiders called timeout here. 2:42 left to play.
Last time I'll talk about Pat Historio tonight. Look on this YouTube channel for an interview I did with him. Coming up in about a week, it'll be posted on there.
You won't want to miss it. An exclusive interview with the newest Vikings football head coach.
Yes.
Raby walking back on the field.
They're from the Chicago Public Land of Lincoln League, while Niles North is from the Central Suburban South.
Yeah, the Land of Lincoln League plays teams like Lane Tech.
It's catchy, Land of Lincoln League. And it's a pass. Brought down for a gain of more than 15 yards. A successful pass by Theon Davis.
That was a smart call there. Third down and manageable.
Davis deep downfield.
Tripped him up. Are they going to call PI? He may have just been tripped himself.
Possibly. Intended receiver, Romel Gostin.
Very classy move by Romel Gostin to check in with the ref, shake hands, just to see what his thoughts were on why there was no flag thrown.
And the refs will look nicely on that if you shake hands with them and you're all polite.
It's better to stay on the good side.
Good sportsmanship on both sides of the game tonight, definitely.
It's very honorable. Fourth down. very well could be the game.
Through the drizzle. Davis for the pass. And it's dropped.
No one was home. That was just an awful throw there. If they're able to run the clock out, it looks like the Vikings will start the season 1-0 in the Pistorio era.
It looks like it. Eric Thames, intended receiver, couldn't get there for the overthrown ball. And there are 2 minutes left in this half. Quarterback sneak gets 1 yard.
That was a loss of about a yard. Clock is still ticking.
It's another quarterback keep, and it's brought down on the line of scrimmage.
And that keeps the clock running. Timeout called by the Raiders. And they only have 1 remaining with 1:10 left. This was a really good test for Pistorio, I think, as a head coach in his first year. You still have a team that had playoff experience.
Absolutely. Maybe I'm just thinking of this since I'm going to the Bears game tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Who are they playing?
They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, you're going to see Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, all those guys. Travis Kelce. That's a loaded team in terms of like what offensive weapons they have. And they got Trubisky, of course, for the Bears.
Bears have a new coach, Matt Nagy, and ooh, let's watch this. Wait.
And that's
Christopher Harris running to the end zone for the Vikings.
Wow, a play that nobody thought was going to happen did. Christopher Harris. Beautiful play there. Just didn't want to go down at all.
Wow.
That looks to be the nail in the coffin here. 14-point lead, 56 seconds left. And the way Al Raby has been playing, I do not think they'll be able to catch up.
Absolutely. So I was saying, Nagy is with the Bears, they're trying to rebuild, and now Historio's with the Vikings. Maybe they'll rebuild in the same way.
Yeah. No, Nagy's playing his former team, coaching against his former team. As he was the offensive coordinator last year for a very hot, early on, Kansas City Chiefs team. 14-point lead for the Vikings. A very impressive 40 points against the defense, who may have lost a lot of pieces, but there's still no excuse for 40 points. I believe that the Viking cheerleaders don't do push-ups anymore, and now do jumping jacks for every point. Jumping jacks are cool and all, but push-ups are much more impressive in terms of actually when your team scores, having to do one for every single point scored.
Yeah, you gotta score like 40, that'll get old. 40 push-ups. Get down.
Well, 40 jumping jacks. A lot of people can do that. Oh well. As long as they're having fun, cheering on the Vikings, trying to keep everybody's spirits up, no matter what the score is, and especially today, it's very easy to keep the home crowd happy.
Yeah, still a lot of people left, even though it's 10 at night.
Pretty late. That's the weekend, though.
We're all glad there's no school tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. 55 seconds left for Al Raby to score 2 touchdowns and either get 2 extra points or 1 2-point conversion.
Ball is placed on the 41-yard line where it'll be first and 10. Al Raby.
To finish off the game, Maurice Marshall is coming onto the field.
Unfortunately, Theon Davis was not able to finish the game off due to his performance. Luckily, he still has a long season left. He can easily turn it around.
Lots of time to prove himself. Keith Bland gets 2 yards for Raby.
A flag thrown on the play.
Oh, and it looks like the penalty is on the defense, so Raby gets to move forward.
Penalty was face mask against Niles North.
We're told it's a face mask against Niles North.
Moves the ball. First down for Al Raby. 48-yard line.
First and 10. And it's a quarterback sneak that gets nowhere.
Brought down by number 65.
Doesn't look like they're going to call timeout.
Second and long.
They might just run out the clock here. And accept their defeat. Al Raby put up one fight. And I think that if they keep that never say die mentality, they could turn it around and have a very successful season. But today's game belongs to the Vikings.
Absolutely. Historio gets an amazing first game under his belt.
Al Raby 26. Niles North 40.
Thank you for watching the first game of the Niles North season with Viking Media. I'm Elliot Parrish.
I'm Brian.
Dude, it's been great to be with you tonight.
Great to be with you too.
See you next time.
Have a good night.
Best of luck to both teams and the rest of their season. Thank you all for